we're going to do a little bit of myth busting. This is the first myth. We're going to talk about 4. The first myth that I hear often is, I'm not creative, so I'm not good at memory keeping. Where is that written? Really? Like, why is that a thing? Why is that a rule? Do you think, when the camera came out in 1839, that it was only sold to creative people? Right? I'm sorry, sir. But you're not. Ow! Right? So, this is not valid. This is not okay. If you create something, that makes you creative. Literally. Like the dictionary definition, that literally makes you creative. If you take a picture, I've created something. If you then do something with that picture, you have created something. You are creative. All right, second myth. I don't preserve my photos because I'm not a scrapbooker. This one also is busted. So, scrapbooking is approximately 25 to 30 years old. Photography is 200 years old. So if you put those two together, people obviously did something with their photos before scrapbooking, right? So this also, not valid. This is busted. Next one, I'm so busy I don't have time to preserve my photos. Now, this can be a very valid issue if you have small children, if you're caring for an aging parent, etc. But let me tell you a little bit about the average American. Every year, the Bureau of Labor puts out statistics, okay, on how we spend our time. The average American has 37 discretionary hours per week. That's hours at your discretion, okay? I love the look on your face like, wow, that is a lot of hours. It is. It is.
I'm clearly not your normal American.
Right, so I mean, that's the thing. I mean, some people have 2 jobs or, you know, whatever. There are other things. But the average American has 37. That means some people have more discretionary hours than that. The average American has 37 discretionary hours each week. The average American spends 5 hours a week on Facebook. The average American watches TV for 30 hours a week.
My God.
I know, I think that I'm like, hey, that is not me. But, so I'm not saying Facebook is bad, I'm not saying that TV is bad, but I am saying we may have more time. The last myth that I want to bust is I'm not good at writing. I can't write out my memories and my stories. This one is really important to me to bust because I just feel strongly that God put you on this earth to be you. And you have talents and abilities and things that you can share in your story that nobody else can. So this is really important for me to bust. You have to write out your experience. You have to write out what you've done and what you think and what you feel because nobody else can. Nobody else can take your place. Writing down your experiences and your memories does not take special training. If you are gifted at writing, great. If you're not gifted at writing, it doesn't make your memories less important than someone else who is gifted at writing, right? So write down what you can. My advice for this is to write the story of your photos like you would talk to a friend, right? You're not writing paragraphs and, you know, having sources and bibliography. It doesn't have to be that, right? All you're doing is writing down what happened, where you were, who was in it. Pretend something cool happened. Last week, your friend calls you and says, so how was it? What'd you do? Where'd you go? What was your favorite part? Who were you with? What you would tell your friend is what you write. That's all you do. Okay. So, 4 myths